My name is Curtis Everett.
And my name is Ummayh Siddiqua. We're so glad that you can join us today.
Could you first start by introducing yourself again and telling us what your role is in the Upper Darby Fire Department?
Sure. My name is Derrick Sawyer. I'm the fire chief for the Upper Darby Township Fire Department, and currently I'm in charge of the daily operations of the township's fire and emergency services. So that covers all the career and all the volunteer firefighters in the township of Upper Darby.
So why did you decide to become a firefighter?
That's a good question. When I first went to look at the process of becoming a firefighter, which was right after I got out of the Air Force. I went into the Air Force at 17 years of age, got out in 1981, and went down for some job interviews or to fill out job applications. And they said, you should become a firefighter. I'm like, I don't think so. But fortunately, I filled the application out anyway. And when I went for the interview, they had some pretty nice benefits, nice salary, and I thought I would try it out. And about a year in, I realized that it was part of my calling to serve the community. So here I am 32 years later in the fire service.
Could you describe what your daily day looks like?
So my daily day looks like coming in, I usually check my schedule, see what's going on, check the calendar, see who's working, and then I address any urgent emails that come through. And if there are any major fires, like 2 alarms or greater, I will respond to a fire. Other than that, I'm trying to put together a budget for the department. So it's a broad array of things that I do depending on what day it is. And like I said, it could be anywhere from responding to a fire, a train derailment, or some type of major disaster to preparing a budget or helping to develop a press release for a special media event.
Wow, it's a busy day.
Yeah.
How do you think your work impacts the community, and how do you hope that your work impacts students like ourselves in the community?
That's a great question. I believe my work impacts the community in that it helps keep the community safe. So what I do is, in addition to fighting fires, is bigger than that in that I also help educate the community about all the risks within the community. So a lot of people believe that the fire service or the fire department only responds to fires. But there are other risks in the communities like drownings or accidents, car accidents, train derailments. So we have an all hazards approach which covers any type of emergency, and I help the community by identifying those hazards and risks and then helping them understand ways that we can mitigate those hazards and risks. Another way I help the community is by developing partnerships to help us do the things that we can't afford to do. So we have a limited budget within the township. So sometimes we'll partner with other entities or other agencies to help us accomplish our goals and missions. So for example, we don't have a budget for smoke alarms, but we install smoke alarms for free. So we partner with the Red Cross to get smoke alarms from the Red Cross, and then we come out to the homes and install the smoke alarms. And in addition to that, we provide some fire and life safety education to help keep you safe in your homes.
And I know you touched upon it briefly just now, but could you give us some tips or give the community some tips as to what we could do to prevent some of these fire hazards or some of these emergency calls that we see on a daily?
Sure. A few tips to keep the community safe. Number 1, always have a home escape plan. If you have a home escape plan and you do have a fire, at least you know how to get out, and then we say when you get out, stay out. Number 2, you have to have a working smoke alarm. If you don't have a working smoke alarm and you have a fire, you won't get the early warning that you need so that you can get out safely. So make sure you have a working smoke alarm, not just a smoke alarm, along with that home escape plan. 3, during the winter months, we want to make sure that you have a CO alarm so that if something malfunctions with your heater, it gives you that early warning also, and then you can get out and stay out. So there's a lot of safety tips, most of them seasonal, so we just finished with Christmas. And the key tip for Christmas is make sure that if you have a live Christmas tree, you water your Christmas tree and unplug the lights at night before you go to bed. So if you have a portable heater, for example, we're in the winter months, right? If you have a portable heater, make sure you stay 3 feet from your heater and make sure anything that can burn stays 3 feet from your heater. We're also, during our holidays, a lot of people like to use candles. And candles are good as long as you use them safely. So we want you to keep anything that can burn 3 feet from your candle. And then to be even more safe, we recommend that you use electric candles, the battery-operated ones where it has the same type of ambiance, but there's no flame. So that's like a Cliff Notes version of some of the safety tips that we can give, but there's many, many more. And one of our goals and plans throughout the year is post them on social media throughout the year, throughout the season. So for example, when the summer comes up, there are going to be some barbecue safety tips and things of that nature, so stay tuned.
Those sounds like some really great tips. I know I'll be using some of them myself.
That's right.
If you had one wish for the families in the communities that you serve, what would that be?
My number one wish is that no one ever dies in a fire. I believe that with the education, the new fire safety technology, that no one ever has to die in a fire. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to have fires, because we're human beings, we make mistakes. For example, we shouldn't leave our cooking unattended, but sometimes we do, right? And you may have a fire. But the goal is that no one ever dies in the fire, because you don't have to, especially if you have a working smoke alarm and a home escape plan.
You gave a lot of very helpful information, it was very insightful, the information you gave. A lot of families don't know a lot of the health tips or safety tips that you gave. So I love how you said that we will try to post them more on social media so everyone is safe, because most of these fires can be prevented by simple instructions that most people don't pay attention to. So we do appreciate all of the help that you gave us today and all of the things that you and your fire department do on the daily to help our families, because we could not do it without you guys.
And we can't do it without you guys. So one of the things I always say is fire is everyone's fight. So if you do your part and we do our part, we'll have a safer community.
Thank you so much once again for taking the time to come to this interview and talk with us.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you very much. Remember, fire is everyone's fight.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right, you too.